So, what do you think corporate innovation is?
Corporate innovation is the...
What's up, everyone? My name is Indra.
I'm Wesley.
And welcome to our show, What's Up?
You get the bag and fumble it, you get the bag and fumble it.
You get the bag and fumble it, I get the bag and flip it and tumble it. Straight off the lot.
Today, we're gonna find out what's up with all these corporate innovation centers. I swear, there's like 20 of them in Tech Square.
All right, hold up. I think we should talk about what the word corporate innovation actually means. Companies operate by running proven business models. What this looks like is they take inputs like raw materials and human capital and convert those to goods and services that they sell to their customers for payment. McDonald's creates hamburgers, Apple sells iPhones, and Coca-Cola sells Coca-Cola. And the reason they do this is because they know that if they put X amount of money in, they'll get Y amount of money out. Of course, not all business models work forever. Companies need to constantly grow and create value in order to exist. This oftentimes requires them altering certain business lines or changing the business model entirely.
Over the last couple of decades, companies have had to innovate faster than ever before in order to keep up with the other companies. New technologies, new platforms, new business models, new consumer preferences, new competition. If companies don't adapt and change, they fail. That's where corporate innovation comes in. A lot of companies realized that they couldn't always rely on existing teams to constantly innovate and venture into new territory for their businesses. That's why they created separate innovation teams to focus purely on that instead. And if these new innovation teams were going to succeed, they would need exposure to different technologies and environments, they would need different types of people, and they would need to be exposed to different ways of thinking. That's where the idea of a separate corporate innovation center was born.
But we still don't know exactly what they are and what they do. What do companies expect to get out of them? And how do they measure success? How do they operate differently and recruit differently?
To find out, we're going to need to talk to some companies. That's why we interviewed 3 different companies that have opened up innovation centers right here in Tech Square: AT&T, Delta, and the Home Depot. And we asked them the question that it's probably on most of our minds. What do you do?
Yeah, so we opened OrangeWorks, our innovation center, in January of 2015 with really 3 goals in mind. The first was to evaluate emerging technology, anything that could potentially disrupt or impact the retail industry in the next 3, 5, 10 years. And then on top of that, establish a very strong talent pipeline within the Atlanta technology community, specifically on Georgia Tech's campus.
In general, what the foundries do is we build prototypes and proofs of concept. And the goal is to be able to turn that around faster than the historical telephone companies, labs, and project teams have been able to do in the past. Most innovation centers just want to generate ideas. What we want to generate is stuff that actually works.
We focus here at the hangar on research, design, and technology that innovates the travel journey for our customers.
That's interesting, but we still don't know what sort of value, expected or unexpected, companies exactly get out of corporate innovation centers.
Being part of the technology community in Atlanta has allowed us to connect directly with the students, not only from building a talent pipeline, but the ideation that occurs just across campus and in the city to partner on things like that. And then our peers in the space, because we don't have any direct competition here, we're able to partner on a wide variety of projects. Things where they may have expertise that we don't know anything about just yet, they're able to help us move quickly and speed up towards an end goal or an end product.
When you get the original idea, that's that first level, but then when you try to actually implement it, you find yourself running into things that were totally unexpected. You know, I didn't realize we were going to have to plug into this network over here, and how are we going to get over there? You know, I didn't realize we were going to have to provide this kind of function over the web, because nobody has ever done that before. So that's another layer of innovation. It's like there's the big idea, which is, oh, let's do this neat thing, and then there's the nitty-gritty of how do you actually accomplish it.
Some of the big exciting things that have come out of the center have been, again, I mentioned we're good at problem solving, but really understanding the user needs or the real problem that needs to be solved has been the benefit of the center.
So we now know what some of these corporate innovation centers do, but it'd be good to get a different perspective. So we set up an interview with Greg King. He's the Associate Vice President of Economic Development at Georgia Tech. He's pretty much the guy to talk to if you're a company looking to open up a corporate innovation center in Tech Square.
Why do corporate innovation centers come specifically here to Tech Square? Like, just why do companies come here?
Well, so I think it's for a couple of reasons. One is the location. So you have wonderful access to students, faculty, the research that's happening here at Georgia Tech, and then literally hundreds of startups within just a few blocks. And one of the things that we see with our corporate partners is them being able to do rapid experiments and iterate around that problem solving. And being in an environment like this where they can learn from each other, where they can learn from startups, and where they can bring students and faculty in, really allow them to do that in a much faster pace.
Corporations today realize that they need to move faster to keep up. Over the past decade, we've seen companies like Kodak, Yahoo, Blockbuster, BlackBerry, and all these other companies that failed get disrupted by new companies and startups that were able to move faster than they could. Now these large companies are pouring resources into R&D, acquisitions, and corporate innovation so that they can stay relevant in the future.
It's been really interesting talking to these companies today. Now we understand the value that these innovation centers bring, what they do, and why they're designed the way they are. There's only more of them coming to Tech Square, so we'll have front row seats to the show.
All right, that's it for this episode of What's Up. Catch up on other episodes for interesting news, events, technology, and trends in Tech Square, Atlanta, and beyond.
Hey, you said the whole phrase.
Nice.